In 1973, the CIA director ordered thousands of files to be burned. But one file was forgotten. And that single file exposed one of the biggest scandals in the history of American intelligence. Its name? MKUltra. How did the nightmare begin? The Cold War. The 1950s. The United States and the Soviet Union were in a race, but not a missile race this time. It was a race for the human mind. Reports reached the CIA claiming that the Soviets were experimenting with brainwashing techniques on prisoners. The American response? We'll do the same thing, but better. In April 1953, CIA Director Allen Dulles signed a top-secret document. The budget? Millions of dollars. The objective? Just one. How can we control the human mind? And overseeing everything was one man, Sidney Gottlieb, the chemist they called the CIA's magician. Now, you won't believe this actually happened. Sidney Gottlieb started with LSD, the hallucinogenic drug. But the problem was, they were giving it to people without their knowledge. American soldiers, hospital patients, even CIA employees themselves. They would slip the drug into their coffee, into their water, and wait. One of the victims was Frank Olson, a biologist working for the government. They gave him LSD without his knowledge. A week later, he was found dead after falling from the 10th floor of a hotel in New York. The official story? Suicide. His family? They never believed it. In 1994, his body was exhumed, and forensic experts found signs of force before the fall. To this day, the case officially remains open. But LSD was only the beginning. MKUltra sub-projects reached nearly 150 secret operations. Among them, sleep deprivation, keeping people awake for days until they lost their minds. Electric shock experiments, at intensities capable of completely erasing memory. Forced hypnosis, attempts to implant commands into the subconscious mind. And strangest of all, a project called Operation Midnight Climax, where they set up secret brothels in San Francisco, drugged visitors, and observed how narcotics affected their behavior. CIA agents watched from behind one-way mirrors. This isn't fiction. This is in the official documents. The most painful part of the story, not the soldiers, not the agents, ordinary patients. In Canada, the CIA collaborated with a psychiatrist named Ewan Cameron at McGill University. Cameron believed in one theory. If you completely erase a person's personality, you can build a new one from scratch. How did he erase it? He kept patients sedated for weeks at a time. He played repetitive audio recordings for days, what he called psychic driving. He administered electric shocks at levels 40 times stronger than normal. The result? People left his hospital unable to recognize their own names, unable to recognize their families. Some wet themselves like infants. And the CIA secretly funded all of it. Then came 1973. CIA Director Richard Helms ordered all the files destroyed. They thought the truth was gone forever. But in 1977, an employee forgot one box in a remote financial storage facility. 7,000 documents. Survivors of the fire. Congress convened. The scandal exploded. America was shocked. And the new CIA director stood before the Senate and said a sentence that became historic. Yes, this happened, and it was wrong. But wrong doesn't restore minds that were destroyed. Some victims sued the US government and received compensation, without an official admission of criminal wrongdoing, without trials, without prison sentences. Sidney Gottlieb, the man overseeing the project, lived until 1999 and died naturally. The burned documents? What were they hiding? Of the 150 sub-projects, only a small fraction was ever uncovered. Some researchers believe the experiments extended into other countries. Others believe the results were later used in interrogation techniques after 2001. And another question, heavier than all the rest. Did it really stop? The US government officially said, yes. But that same government once said, there is no MKUltra project. Until the documents surfaced. MKUltra taught us one important lesson. The most dangerous thing in the world is not a nuclear weapon. The most dangerous thing is a human being who believes the end justifies the means. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel. We have even stranger and deeper stories waiting for you.